Good evening, parents, family members, Monroe County School Board, district leadership members, teachers, staff, and of course, the class of 2022. First, for the parents on the field, I would just want to give you a reminder, we painted a white line to keep everybody back, so when it's your kid's turn, you have a clear shot, so please respect that bold white line that we outlined behind the students and behind the staff. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for Coral Shores High School, class of 2022. We are going to start tonight with a moment of silence for Robb Elementary in Texas, so please join me. It is now my honor to welcome the 2022 Senior Class President, Ms. Harmony Holmquist.
Now I ask that everyone please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the National Anthem, which will be sung by Senior Erica Moses. It is now my pleasure to also introduce to the stage Student Council President Alexis Kumar.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love you too. We're going to walk over to center.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Good evening, Superintendent Oxford, Ms. Leotard, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. My name is Harmony Holmquist, and I'm the senior class president. I'm incredibly honored to welcome you all to our graduation ceremony. We are here tonight to celebrate stepping forward into our future full of aspirations and promising careers. As the 4 years we have shared together are coming to a close, we have all come such a long way since we walked through the doors this freshman year. We have tackled academic obligations, sports programs, club activities, social events. We have organized homecoming parades, prom, volley, and powder puff, and our students have volunteered many long, hard hours with our school and the community. We arrived here after a devastating hurricane that annihilated parts of our community, and we are still in the rebuilding phase, which saw many families in dire need of help. Together, we have faced a global pandemic that confined us to our homes, separated us from our loved ones, and ultimately put all forms of communications and normalcy at halt. Many people here lost their loved ones, struggling families lost small jobs and businesses. But on a lighter note, we have survived not one, but two principals here throughout our 4 years. Mr. Blake Fry, who was an absolute legend to roam the halls of Coral Shores, and Miss Leotard, who made an amazing first impression on my senior year. Thank you. Graduating from high school is a milestone occasion in our lives, and I hope that everyone tonight can take a small time to slow down and just enjoy this moment. You have all forged your own paths for this night, and for many of us, it has not been so easy. You may have struggled with classes and getting good grades. You may have had a tough time with your home life and the relationships there, or you may have just struggled to fit in with the people around you, and for those reasons, tonight is all the more special. While tonight we are celebrating our graduation, we should also take the time to celebrate the important people within our lives that helped you get here. It may be your parents who worked so hard at their jobs to support you but still found time to listen to your problems and try to help you navigate your life. It may have been that one teacher who managed to show you how to solve problems in an enlightening way that no one else could properly explain before. It may be that coach that helped you train every day after day so that you could excel to your best performance. And it may be that friend that was just there to listen when no one else had the time or seemed too busy. I pray that you all have a memorable and safe first year out of high school, whether you're staying here to continue the legacy of a family company or work on the water, whether you're staying in Florida or going out of state to college, as well as those students who are joining in the military. Thank you. Please be successful, and I hope that you all will be happy. Please stay in touch with your family and friends, and please help your parents sleep at night to let them know that you're safe. I can't wait to catch up with all of you when we come back from our breaks and see the beautiful lives that you have begun the processing of paving. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments and good luck out there. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, please be kind. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Alexis Kumar.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lexi Kumar, and it has been my honor to serve as Student Government President this year. Class of 2022, we made it. I couldn't be more proud to see all of us sitting here together, especially for the ones who didn't think that they would make it. It's been a long road for all of us, and yet here we are, all together. Looking into the audience takes me back to my first day of preschool. Our biggest worry back then was making sure we got the perfect spot at nap time. Even at age 4, I needed my beauty sleep. Then we moved to elementary school. We learned how to write our name, how to add and subtract, and if we were lucky, our teacher would roll in the TV cart on that perfect Friday afternoon. In middle school, we got a taste of what it was like to be grown up, or at least we thought we did. I remember trying almost too hard to get the perfect grades, when in hindsight, it really didn't even matter that much. However, the time we spent studying doesn't compare to the countless hours we spent stressing about high school. We were worried about what it would be, the pep rallies, the school dances, the AP classes, and then it actually happened. We stressed about sports, clubs, academics, and social life. We wanted to have the best 4 years we could and be involved in many things as possible. Now standing here up on stage, my biggest worry is what the future holds for every single one of us. The truth is, everyone is scared to move on to the next step. The changes we are about to endure are the ones that we would never expect. The beds we wake up in, the meals we eat at dinner every night, the classrooms we sit in are all about to change. But class of 2022, if there's one thing we're good at, it's adapting. Through the COVID pandemic, Hurricane Irma, and many other struggles we've overcome, we've all gone through it together. The struggles we go through characterize us as individuals. We learn from them and take the lessons we learn into our future endeavors. But don't be fooled. No one's lives life without struggle. Everyone has had their fair share of trials and tribulations through high school, mine being my loss of my grandfather to cancer. But a part of growing up is realizing the good that comes from the struggle. I know my grandpa is living pain-free in heaven, watching all of us walk across the stage with the biggest smile on his face. As I wear him around my neck every day, I think about the values he instilled in me at a young age, to always value the relationships we created and always strive for the best. Living in the digital age, we as high schoolers live half of our lives on our phones, mindlessly scrolling through TikTok, posting the best photos on Instagram. In reality, however, when reminiscing on high school experience, the last thing we're going to think about is that one post at that one party that got the most likes. What we will really remember was the time we spent away from our phones, living solely in the moment, interacting with one another and spending time in the present. As I've gotten older, we've realized the moments we share with our family and friends should never be taken for granted, because one day it'll all change. Us seniors will separate ways and continue our stories on different paths, while our families cheer us on from however far they may be. But we couldn't have done it without them. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the people that have made an impact on me throughout my senior high school career and my whole life. My parents, who have always supported me, my brother, who has been by my side even though we tortured each other when we were little. I know that he will always have my back. And to my entire extended family and friends, I'd like to write a book one day filled with all the unforgettable memories I made with all of you. But then I remember pages will be infinite. You have all shaped me into the way I am, and I'm forever grateful for it. Whether it be on the sidelines of football games, during lacrosse or soccer, in AP classrooms, or the PAC Center for State of the Hurricanes, the things I've learned from all of you will be carried with me for the rest of my life. Class of 2022, it's been a pleasure spending these last 4 years together. Although we may be going our separate ways, have comfort in the fact that we always can call this place home. I'm a firm believer that home isn't where you live, your zip code, or the house you live in, but home is from the people you love and the things that make you familiar with. I wish you all the best of luck in your future homes. Just remember that there's always a home to come back to when you need it the most. Oh, and don't forget, I'll most likely be planning the 10-year reunion. Thank you so much, students, teachers, parents, and everyone else who came out to support the class of 2022 on to this next step in our lives. We appreciate it. Thank you, and please welcome back to the podium Principal Ms. Leotard.
I would like to thank the community for your incredible support of our students. Last evening, our seniors were presented scholarships and awards in excess of $5.7 million. I'd like to share with you the overview for this class. 91% of these students are continuing their education past high school. 72% are going to a four-year university or a community college. 18% going to a vocational program. 8% going straight into the workforce, strengthening our community. 2% are going into the military, Army, Marines, and Coast Guard. It is one of the highest honors to be called to serve and protect the greatest nation on earth. I'd like to ask all veterans and those currently serving to stand so we can thank you for your service. Thank you. 43% of the students going to college are receiving Bright Futures scholarships. Take Stock in Children, tuition and housing scholarships equal $530,000. Community scholarships from last night, $673,000. College scholarship offers estimated at over $3.5 million. Bright Futures dollars, $868,000. Total scholarship dollars offered, $5,682,992. Last night, we announced our nominees for Athlete of the Year. We mistakenly left off one of our nominees, and Coach Russell asked me to recognize her tonight. Lara Gomer, congratulations on being nominated by your coaches for Female Athlete of the Year. Thank you for being so gracious and, as always, having such a wonderful, positive attitude. Now we have a few goodbyes to say. One of our staff members, Linda Britton, is retiring. She's been with us since 2014. She's taught MOS, the Microsoft Suites, Adobe, AP Computer Science Principles, Freshman Seminar with Financial Planning, video productions, Intro to Engineering, and started a robotics and programming club. We'd also like to say goodbye to teachers Natalie Ledoux and Erin Hamilton. They're ready to travel and pursue other dreams. Thank you to the staff who have joined me on stage tonight. They're an integral part of our student support system. First, our guidance team, Kay McKenzie, Don McElhaney, and Chris Harris. This year, we also have a graduation coach, Mrs. Robin Fry. She was certainly instrumental in making sure our seniors made it to this day. I could not have made it through the last few weeks without my tag team partner, Assistant Principal Jacob Pullman. Truly, thank you. Special thanks to our senior class sponsor, Kelly Cater, for her contributions to the class of 2022. Our faculty and staff support the students and each other on a daily basis, conquering obstacles and finding solutions. Also with us tonight are principals and staff from our feeder schools and some former school staff. Give us a little wave if you're out there. And thank you for joining us. And to our PAC manager, Mr. Wood Campbell, thanks for sweating it out with us. Now it is my honor to introduce the members of the Monroe County School District leadership team who have joined us this evening. First, our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Teresa Axford. Mrs. Axford is accompanied tonight by the members of her leadership team. Mr. Harry Russell, Executive Director of Personnel Support and Instructional Leadership. Mr. Pat LaFear, Executive Director of Operations and Planning. Ms. Christina McPherson, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning. Ms. Beverly Anders, Executive Director of Finance and Performance. Former Coral Shores High School Principal and Executive Director of Accountability and Assessment, Dr. David Murphy. Good luck on your retirement. I'll miss your insight and dry humor. And finally, the distinguished members of the Monroe County School Board. District 1, Mr. Bobby Highsmith. District 2, our Vice Chair, Mr. Andy Griffith. District 3, Ms. Mindy Kahn. District 4, our Chair, Mr. John Dick. District 5, Dr. Sue Woltansky. It is now my pleasure to introduce our salutatorian, Felicity Rodriguez. Felicity will be attending Duke University and plans on double majoring in political science and public policy with a minor in economics. Felicity plans to follow a pre-law track and pursue her Juris Doctorate. Felicity will graduate with a 4.646 GPA.
Good evening, school board members, Superintendent Axford, administration, faculty, parents, and fellow graduates of the class of 2022. Congratulations, we did it. The past week has been great. We finally finished with classes and started to feel the heightened excitement for the next phase of our lives. Throughout this excitement, I've had the time to reflect on my experience here at Coral Shores High School. It's crazy to think that although we have all followed our own paths during high school, we meet today to celebrate this pivotal moment in our lives. Whether you've been here since the first day of your freshman year or came later on in your junior year, like me, Coral Shores welcomed you with open arms and endless opportunities. The continuous support from teachers, coaches, counselors, administrators, and classmates has been both notable and valuable. As I reflected on the last 18 years, I realized that in all the busyness of school, sports, and life in general, I never took the time to look back and soak in the miraculous moments that have made up my life. time. It's an interesting concept when you think about it. It's the one thing that many of us take for granted and the one thing that we can never get back. I bet our parents are wishing for some more time right about now. Many philosophers and scientists have explored the concept of time. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Lost time is never found again." For those of you who are into STEM, time could be described as a non-renewable resource, the centerpiece of our lives, which is essential to our being, yet we seem to give it little importance until we want more of it. Today, I'd like to take a moment to appreciate the people that have shaped me and all of us throughout our childhood. Teachers. Aren't they amazing? When I was younger, I believed that teachers lived at school, since that's the only place I saw them. Obviously, I soon realized that they all had lives of their own. They were just willing to take the time out of their own lives to help and support us. Teachers chose this profession to help educate the next generation of students. I know this from personal experience. Thank goodness they do. As we walk the stage today, we owe many of our achievements to the teachers who made it possible for us to reach our success. To the teachers, it is because of you and your efforts and belief in us that we are walking this stage today. The nights you stayed for awards or games, when you could have been home with your families, is noted and appreciated. You deserve the warmest gratitude for always showing up and pushing us to our own limits, even when our limits all look different. We will be successful members of society and we will make you proud, I have no doubt. To the families and friends here tonight who have supported us and put up with us for the past 18 years, thank you. From that grueling task of dropping us off the first day of kindergarten and trying to convince us through tears of your own that it wasn't the end of the world to watch us grow into young adults and supporting our lofty goals, you have been there with us every step of the way. I'd like to personally thank my own parents for always pushing me to be the best at everything I set my mind to. Thank you to my dad for always coming up with the best jokes to make me laugh, and to my mom for being the strong woman I look up to. I hope I've made you proud. Thanks to my little brother, who although I've always complained about being annoying, I think it's him I'm going to miss most. I'd love to also express my gratitude to my grandparents. They came to this country with nothing but a dream to provide a better life, one filled with opportunities for our family. It is because of them that I am standing here today and that I can dream to be the first in my family to go to law school and become a lawyer. To my grandma, who spent countless of hours gossiping with me and also teaching me the realities of life, I love you so much. To my grandpa, my #1 supporter, which he brags about sometimes, who has taught me the numerous lessons about life, which I will take with me and always remember. Thank you. To the first best friend I ever made after moving here last year, Kaya, I'm going to miss all of our off-campus lunch escapades. And a special shout out to my fastest and silliest softball friend, Amy, and my throwing sidekick, Ariana. Thank you also to my 5 varsity coaches for always pushing me to do my best both on and off the field. Thank you, Coach Bonet specifically, not only for making softball enjoyable, but also for being there for me and teaching me what true dedication is. It feels unreal that I'm giving this speech today. Literally, I had no idea what to say. I brainstormed some general themes, my gratitude, my classmates' accolades, and maybe a warning against chasing perfection at the expense of living in the moment. I was going to list all of my classmates' achievements, and I'll still do that quickly. Shout out to Gage for being a National Merit Scholar. To Becky for reaching 1,000 career points in basketball. And to Lindsay for being Key Club Secretary for the state of Florida. But as I was reading my draft, I started feeling really worried. This speech is something I've dreamed of giving since I was little, and I was putting so much pressure on myself to write the perfect, life-changing, empowering speech until I noticed a theme, the letter P. Perfection, pressure, planning, perseverance, pandemic, and power. I realized that I was doing to myself exactly what I planned on warning you all about in this speech. It took a friend noting it for me to even realize the irony of my situation. Perfection. Many of us during our high school years have yearned for perfection. The perfect shot, the perfect score, the perfect test, the perfect game. This notion of doing one thing so well that eventually we would become what some people would perceive as perfect. But that's the thing, perfection can only be perceived. It is not tangible or formulaic. This is, in large part, the reason why we weren't living in our moment. Of course, we should work hard to reach our goals, but we should also take a moment to revel in our successes. Even if things don't turn out perfectly, maybe you felt you were going to pass out at a 90-degree soccer game, but you took the little energy left in you to make a goal or block one, only to end up tying the game. Maybe you studied endlessly for that physics or calculus test, you know the one, and you ended up getting a 79 with a curve. Or maybe you religiously practiced your lines for a speech or play and stumbled. Those moments when you've done everything possible in your power to reach the goal and came short of perfection, those moments don't define us. Don't let them define you. The imperfection isn't what defines us, it's our reaction to that imperfection that shapes us. It's when we get up the next day and work 10 times harder towards our next goal. That's called perseverance, another P word. Perseverance may not be as popular or sought after as perfection, even though it should be. The person who strives to persevere reaches their own version of perfection. Every single one of us has persevered through bad days, bad tests, bad games, and a global pandemic. Perseverance is why we're sitting here today, having reached this milestone in our lives. With the help of our teachers, families, and classmates, we overcame all of the obstacles that COVID-19 presented. If these past years have taught us anything, it's to appreciate the little things, the time with family and friends. When we focus on the idea of being perfect, we get stuck in the routine of the things that need to be completed each day, and we fail to realize the small moments that make life and high school special. That time your friend fixed your hair before prom, the people who came to all of your games just to show support, the teacher who asked how life was going and actually listened to the answer. Believe it or not, these moments matter more than any test. These moments that make high school. The pandemic has taught us to cherish our relationships, take risks, and never take a moment for granted. Power. You have the power to help others around you. Use it. Give back to Coral Shores and the community that has tirelessly lifted us up by being compassionate and welcoming towards others, no matter what status you reach in life. And one last P word, perspective. In high school, we focus a lot on the next step, colleges, internships, extracurriculars, but we don't tend to focus as much on the importance of our coach, mentor, or friend showing up at our games or graduation to support us, or our grandma cooking us our favorite home-cooked meal, one that no doubt we'll all miss next year. Parents and grandparents have life in perspective. They've lived, they've learned, they know. They tell us not to worry about spending time with them. Take time for your friends and your studies, they say. But I think this might be where their perspective is wrong. Time with grandmas, grandpas, moms and dads, brothers, sisters, and friends should be just as important as our studies. So while you're planning that next perfect, powerful, productive position you're going to take, I remind you to keep perspective on what's truly important. Prioritize so you can enjoy life with family and friends while also being positively successful in whatever you do. In closing, I urge you to always remember the small island that you came from, an island filled with diversity and inclusion, one where people were willing to help strangers after a hurricane or in the middle of a pandemic. Bring that mentality into your adult life and into everything you do. I challenge you all to live life to the fullest. Work hard, set goals, explore your interests, change your major, and change it again. Take risks and follow your passions. If you ever find yourself in a position of doubt, turn to the very basic values that were instilled in you through your family, your friends, your community, and Coral Shores High School, and let them guide you. Thank you. And one last thing, class of 2022, let's live in the moment right now. Smile for the picture. It is now my privilege to introduce our valedictorian, Gage Cooper. Gage Cooper will be attending the Honors College at UCF and majoring in forensic science on a chemistry track. He is graduating Coral Shores with a GPA of 4.676.
Thank you all. All right. Good evening, class of 2022. We've made it to the big day. And I couldn't be prouder. The only one prouder than me, we've already mentioned this, but Miss Robin Fry, our graduation coach who's worked tirelessly to make sure all of us could be here. Great job, Miss Fry. Now, since I was voted Senior I Wish I Knew Better this year in Senior Superlatives by you all, I want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Gage Logan Cooper. I am 18 years old, and I have lived in the Keys since 3rd grade. In fact, my first teacher down here in 3rd grade was Miss Hamilton, who was a lot of fun. Thank you, Miss Hamilton. Contrary to popular belief, I don't go home and do schoolwork or study all day after school. I love to read Stephen King novels and watch horror movies. I love to perform in theater, and I love to play video games. For my family, I live with my mom, Abby, my stepdad, Junior, and my cat, Turbo, named for her tendency to make noise when she accelerates. I've also got my dad, Josh, my grandma, Betty, Nina, and her boyfriend, Charles, here tonight. I'm so happy to have my family and friends here supporting me, and I know that they'll always be there for me in one capacity or another. Now, I want to thank all of the teachers here at Coral Shores that have helped me and so many others get through our 4 years of high school. Last night, I was presented with the Coral Shores Faculty and Staff Scholarship, along with Alyssa, Kaya, and Josh, and the Larry Blass Memorial Scholarship, and I am so thankful for the support of teachers and staff, along with the principal, Miss Leotard. Thank you. I also want to thank some of the teachers specifically who I've had as teachers myself. Thank you, Miss Welch, for making the first AP class we can take in high school fun, even with its great challenge. Thank you, Miss O'Connor, for making English an adventure, for listening to me whenever I had a comment or question, and for valuing honesty and diligence above all else. Thank you, Mr. Poma, for making AP Bio fun and answering all our table's questions, even if you didn't know if you wanted to. Thank you, Ms. DeHart, for always being sincerely kind and supporting me through Psych and A-Push. Thank you, Ms. Raffay, for being a great freshman seminar teacher and having us do all those interesting projects. Thank you, Miss Britton, for lending out the book Blown to Bits to me, and for all the mints in class. Thank you, Miss Betancourt, for deciding to come straight back from FIU to the high school and teaching us chemistry. Thank you, Miss Ruiz, for our amazing conversations and your never-ending supply of food. Thank you, Miss Knudsen, for making Algebra 2 fun with your sarcasm and wit. Thank you, Mr. Grimes, for teaching me how to write DBQs and for your brutal honesty. Lara's Grimes quote in the yearbook says it all. Thank you, Miss Ledoux, for our biology/coloring class. I wasn't used to coloring in an academic core class, but it made cell parts look really pretty and easy to remember. Thank you, Mr. Kirkley, for getting me to read more and for... and for always asking, do you understand? Thank you, Miss Robertson, for always listening to me complaining and for allowing me to make a board game for the midterm. Thank you, Mr. Gideon, for teaching me that a little force implemented over a long time can change one's direction in life. Thank you, Miss Rosenau, for being one of the most, if not the most, enthusiastic teachers here. I now wish I had taken marine science with you earlier. Thank you, Miss Wishmeyer, for dealing with me for 3 consecutive years in math and for helping us learn to love math, or pretend that we do. All of the teachers at our school have helped us so much in getting to this point in our lives, so I would like us all to give them a big round of applause. This year specifically, college admissions have been tougher than ever. Many college students admitted last year took a gap year this year due to the pandemic, and many more people applied to college, so we were left with less seats to be admitted into. So for every student who got into college this year, I want you to be extremely proud. For you got in during a time when admission rates were lower than they have ever been. Specifically, I want to recognize 2 of my friends for their accomplishments. One is Felicity Rodriguez, who managed to get into the Ivy League school UPenn and the prestigious school Duke, which is the one she'll be going to. Second is my friend Kaya Sinha, who applied to almost all of the Ivy League colleges. I remember her telling me the day before she found out her Ivy decisions that she knew she wouldn't get into any of the Ivies she applied to. Kaya's probably one of the smartest people I know, and she does know a lot. She carried us through all the academic challenge questions related to English. However, it turns out she didn't really know whether she would get in or not, as she got into an Ivy, which this year had about a 4% acceptance rate for regular decision applicants, Dartmouth. I couldn't be more proud of my friends who managed to get into such prestigious schools at a time with some of the lowest acceptance rates. Earlier, I mentioned my love for theater, and this year, that love was facilitated by an amazing woman who I've never had personally as a teacher, but who inspires me nonetheless, Miss G. She and other students led the production of the play this year, Puffs. Though I have done theater before, Puffs was my first big play I had ever performed in. It had been 2 years since I had done theater, so I was very thankful to have had a great show to end my high school years. Theater is constantly portrayed as an activity in which you pretend to be someone else in the performance of an elaborate show. That, of course, is true, but what often isn't mentioned is what happens behind the scenes. In rehearsing for the play, I got to meet some of the most amazing people and learned so much about myself and who I want to be. The final product of anything is the easiest to cheer for, but we ought to remember what it took behind the scenes for us to get there. the other actors in this grand play of life, the set pieces that were set in place by those before us for us to use, the stage crew who might not get the spotlight but keep everything moving. It takes a troupe to make a play, a village to raise a child, and a community to get us where we are going in life. Now, here's the part where I attempt to offer some amazing advice to both our graduating seniors and other high school students. The way I got through high school, my secret formula, and did well, was partly putting in the effort, showing up to class, doing my homework, etc. But what really helped me was getting to know my teachers, talking to them, learning their teaching styles, learning how to operate in their classroom. Every teacher teaches differently, and while they can and should accommodate every single student, every student should accommodate their teacher from time to time. Learn to communicate with them, ask questions, adapt to their teaching style. If you learn better through a different teaching method, tell them. They can't possibly help you if they don't know what's wrong. They may be amazing in many ways, but I haven't met a single one that's a mind reader. This also applies to college, but even more so. Go to office hours, ask questions, be willing to learn, initiate conversations. Some professors will not go out of their way to help you unless you show your willingness to be helped. If you are going straight into the workforce, you probably already know how communication is important, and not every boss treats management the same way. All right, so if you fell asleep during my speech or weren't paying attention, 2 words I want you to remember are adaptation and communication. They can get you a long way. And before I go, I also want to thank Miss Cater, who, now Miss Owens, who is... who made macro a pretty difficult class. A lot more fun, and taught me to love all those little X graphs. So thank you, Miss Cater, Miss Owens. All right, thank you very much. Congratulations again, class of 2022. And please welcome back to the podium, Principal Leotard.
Superintendent Axford, I am pleased to certify to you that the students assembled here have completed all requirements as set forth by the Florida State Board of Education and the Monroe County School Board, and are thereby entitled to receive either a high school diploma or a certificate of completion.
Okay. Students, by the authority vested in me by the state of Florida and the Monroe County School Board, I pronounce you graduates of the Monroe County School System and confer upon each of you all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Oh, I do my little thing too? Yep. Okay. So Gage, I have to tell you, my grandson is named Gage, and I want him to turn out just like you. That was wonderful. And thank you to all of our student speakers. You were very inspiring, and I really enjoyed. So thank you for that. And some of the things I'm going to talk about tonight really fit with the themes that you brought forward to us. So congratulations once again to the class of 2022. Special congratulations also to the parents, the family, the friends, and the community members who have supported this class throughout their high school career. I'd also like to congratulate and thank the administration, the teachers, staff of this high school for their work with this class. It's truly outstanding that you've completed the requirements to get to this joyous time. When I saw the stats about this class yesterday, Mrs. Harris sent them to me, I got this incredible sense of pride and just thinking about how wonderful you all are. So impressive what you did this year. For most of your high school career, you've dealt with the confusion and ambiguity and fears surrounding COVID. Remember when we were washing our groceries and even trying to wash the mail? That was the spring of your sophomore year. Then you worked your way through junior year, where we had a hybrid schedule, one day in, one day out. That schedule challenged everybody's sanity. The fun things that bring esprit de corps and make us love school were infrequent. And then I saw the videos from this year of your homecoming celebrations, and I knew that we were back. They were so beautiful, you were so happy, and you were so involved. And I thought, we're headed in the right direction, finally. Now in your senior year, we still had some issues in the early part of the year with masking and vaccinations as hot button topics. I think that in February, things really started to turn around, and thank God for that. It hardly seems fair that through high school, your life has been fraught with all these problems. But you know, as they say, adversity makes us stronger, and I can guarantee you that you will be strong for whatever comes next. These past years have been an opportunity for all of us to learn, and not just the Florida standards. The pandemic gave us an opportunity to evaluate our lives and establish priorities, the importance of family, as your colleagues or your classmates have spoken of tonight, of friends, of a kind word, of a smile that can make such a difference in someone else's life. These lessons will make a difference for you that solving a complicated problem in Algebra 2 may never do. Sorry, Mrs. Wishmeyer. Throughout the district, the senior class has excelled in so many ways. Championships in athletics, record-setting numbers of seniors getting amazing scholarships, attending prestigious schools, getting industry certifications, performing community service hours, outstanding performances by bands and color guards and other performing groups, letters from people that came from outside of our community and told us about your wonderful sportsmanship and kindness to other teams on the field. These accomplishments are extraordinary, and I congratulate you for them. I hope that you hold to the qualities in the future that you have developed, the great climate that you've established in the senior class through valuing the opinions of others, being inclusive of everyone, and understanding that love of God, family, and country, most important, human dignity and happiness are the most important values to embrace, and you will be able to deal with whatever comes in front of you. Congratulations again.
All right, and we're ready. And in light of last night and butchering a lot of your last names, Mr. Palma wrote it down. So we hope that we say everybody's name exactly how you want it tonight.
All right, here we go. First up, Christina Alejandra Agostini. Alyssa Teresa Aguiar. Anna Aleman. Malia Ann Alexander. George Allen Alvarez III. Christina Alvarez. Lydia Ash. Clay Tennyson Atwill. Savannah Elsie Austin. Encino Saltiel Barrios. Mibson Azael Barrios Jimenez. Brooke Alana Barrow. Nicholas James Bates. Nicole Marie Betancourt. Vincent James Biondelletti. Blaine Boley. Reese Leo Bonner. Sergey Ariane Brand. Desiree Ann Brito. Cody Craig Brower. Taylor Danielle Buchanan. Christopher Kano. Scott Joseph Caputo. Wilman Shahir Caballo Carranza. Levi James Carlisle. Brinley Kirsten Maya Cassidy. Ruben Schneider Castellanos Castro. Melvin Giovanni Castro. Kinsley Joe Caterino. Denisa Chernyshkova. Taryn Andrea Clayton. Leon Stone Cole. Caesar Cayado. Autumn Marie Conroy. Ashton Kuhn. Christopher Lamont Cooper. Gage Logan Cooper. Tanaya Jarnay Cooper. Stella Marie Court. Jacob Patrick Craig. Catherine Colors. Kylie Alexis Deckard. Rory Richard Delara. Haley Madison Delatorre. Gabriel Delgado. Coral Ann DePaul. Diana Isabel Diaz. Quinn Patrick Donnelly. Michael Alexander Dula. Fabio Daruku. Israel Duran. Ariana Duran Munoz. Greville Razo Santos. Cameron Michelle Etoken. Aaliyah Ebony Evans. Jesse James Ferrante. Hazel Flores Herrera. Jackson Wells Gable. Dane Patrick Gahagan. Ariel Andreas Galvin. Fernando Jose Gandaria. Nelson Enrique Garcia Jr. Timothy Daniel Garfield. Willem Nelson Gattel. Lara Stallings Gomer. Jasmine Gonzalez. Javier Jesus Gonzalez. Vianney Gonzalez Ifrazio. Grace Graff. Oceana Naya Gross. Joel Gutierrez Jr. Emily Marie Harun Kafia. Emma Rose Head. Barrett Robert Hefner. Sadier Hernandez. Crystal Hernandez Correa. Madison Nicole Holcomb. Michael John Westray Osborne Holcomb. Harmony Catherine Joan Holmquist. Nathan Xavier Hughes. Mackenzie Ray Hupka. Kalani Jakat. David Edward Jensen Jr. Caitlin Emma Johnson. Joshua Nathaniel Jones. Jane Catherine Carey. Alexis Silvana Cloak. Johanna Maria Kuhn. Alexis Kiran Kumar. Madeline Jane Langley. Amy Abigail Liao. Brian Dennis Lesko II. Zippy. Andrea Victoria Lopez Micanini. Martin Winfried Maldonado. Kirsten Taylor Maloji. Izan Angelico Martinez. Samantha Isora Martinez. Ralt Alton Masca. Grace Brooks Matthews. Stephen Arthur McClellan IV. Beckham Clive McLeod. Kevin Mendoza. Ricardo Sebastian Membella. Jaslyn June Minor. Tori Rain Mitten. Lorelei Molina. Dominic Armand Montegudo. Kaylee Marie Moore. Christian Moradell. Erica Nicole Moses. Elena Michelle Murphy. Zoe Isabella Myers Guzman. Rosalia Sophia Naidoo. Eris Renee Nalbani. Annika Morgan Needham. Jacob Charles Norman. Christian Olmos. Annavette Ornales. Sergio Sarian Ornales. Aiden Edward Pace. Ana Vera Moreira Peixoto. Orlando Gavin Pera. Jasmine Pineda. Hilaria Danielle Price. Andreas Louis Puga. Adrian Giovanni Ramirez. Peter Reynoso. Jenna Marie Rhoda. Brianna Jean Rich. Christian Rodriguez. Christopher Rodriguez. Felicity Rodriguez. Mia Rodriguez. Tyler Rodriguez. Yadier Rosales. Lillian Elizabeth Rumpf. Raul Sanchez. Christopher Sandoval. Eliza Neve Schofstall. Stephen Spencer Shue. Tristan Michael Schmidt. Colin Sebastian Schmidt Dinon. Kaya Morgan Senna. Jacob Wayne Cynical. Rebecca Allison Sheffield. Gabriella Rietta Smith. Jocelyn Gabriella Solis Lopez. Lindsay Marie Stagnito. Carly Ocean Stanley. Wilson Raleigh Stevens. Cody Brian Stringer. Ava Lane Swanson. Marissa Noel Sudlick. Alexis Ariana Terry. Evan Daniel Tiedemann. Lily Ann Trumbull. Austin Tudor. Natalie Gail Turner. Rebecca Ellen Valenzuela. Nathan Valverde. Osvaldo Daniel Vega. Xander Thomas Ward. Lucas Patrick Webb. Thomas Whittle. Cassandra Williams. Sean Michael Wisely. Xander Storm Wolfgram. McKenna Jade Woollett Stockton. Mariana Sustaita Yanez.
Before I have you turn your tassels and send you out to conquer the world, I want to let you know how blessed I am to have been your principal for your senior year. I'm one of 16 people in my family to attend Coral Shores, and it's an honor to be back here as the principal. For many of you, I've known your parents since we were children growing up here together in this amazing community. What an honor to watch you grow up. Some of you I've met along the way, and some not until this year. But all of you have left a lasting impression with me, your peers, and our school. We're all proud of you and confident you'll do amazing things in life. There's no such thing as luck, so get out there, work hard, and make it happen. Take chances, step out of your comfort zone, and take the opportunity to enjoy each day. Godspeed. Class of 2022, please stand. Graduates, turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Coral Shores High School Class of 2022.